In a Dan Jones and Associates poll for our series, we asked if Utahns, particularly Latter-day Saints, should be more sympathetic to the plight of immigrants because of their own history of persecution and resettlement. Most said no. Times are different and history does not apply. But some historians and economists we talked to have a different perspective. By the thousands, they walked in search of safety and a better life. The reenactment at This Is the Place Heritage Park reminds visitors of the faith, determination, and hope that early Latter-day Saints possessed as persecution drove them from state to state. Many immigrants came first to America as converts from Great Britain and Scandinavia.
The American dream was very real, and even though they loved their culture and people, the idea that they could achieve greater things economically was very important to the early saints.
The attraction of a promised land brought thousands of church members to what would become the Utah Territory. More than one visitor to the park believes this step back in time ought to reflect whose land it was then.
We should have the flag of Spain, the flag of Mexico, and then, of course, the early 29-star flag of America.
They considered themselves law-abiding citizens. The government did not.
The first anti-polygamy piece of legislation was passed by Congress in 1862. It made all those practicing polygamy in Utah Territory lawbreakers.
Historians say just as the pioneers entered this valley more than 150 years ago, immigrants do today, with hope for a better life for themselves and their children. Israel Perez is supervising his young siblings and cousins who are U.S. citizens. He and his parents, here for 9 years, are working to become legal. Attitudes have changed recently, so now they live in fear, but still would like to become Americans.
We have a reason why we came here. For example, our reason is to make a better life for us. I have achieved my goal, learning English, trying to finish my high school, and trying to get a job. And young people like us is come to study and have a good life here, better than our parents like before.
Immigrants come to Utah from countries throughout the world, some as refugees escaping political persecution, others pursuing the American dream. Those who were and are Latter-day Saints are seeking a spiritual promised land.
Every year, the church sends out this incredible sales force. These guys go all over the world and, a very positive and create a very positive impression of our community. So as the church has become much more international in scope, then we have brought many more populations to Utah from all over the world.
Some who responded to our poll question felt that connecting Mormon immigration to current immigration was unfair, that too much has changed in more than 150 years. But economists point out that baby boomers are the only generation in the 20th century in which the majority of children were born to U.S. citizens.
But it was a singular period of time in our nation's history where the same population replicated at a very high rate. Before that, immigrants, their kids and their grandkids constituted 90% of the growth of the nation's population. And now, from now until 2050, immigrants, their kids and grandkids are 80% of the growth of the population of the nation. No nation has ever attempted community building and nation building with such diversity of culture, language, race, ethnicity, and all the rest. One statistic that piqued our interest during research for this project is the diversity that now exists in our state. Students fill out a survey every year that asks, what language do you speak when you go home? In fall of 2009, the children responded with 117 languages. They all call Utah home.